going on, y'all? Indead right here. I just figured I'd come through and give y'all just a couple of console placement tips. Now you might think this is funny trying to take this from me because I got cords and wires and crap everywhere. Yes, that is true. I do. I am a messy person, but you gotta play it safe when it comes to the consoles and the hardware. So listen up, you guys. Alright, so first of all, if you're gonna be playing something old, for example a Super Nintendo or a Sega Saturn or a PlayStation or an N64, I advise not playing for far too long because these devices heat up, and unlike modern day consoles that come with fans built inside of them, like the Xbox 360, the PS2, the Dreamcast, the PS3, the GameCube, and everything that comes after that, I advise not playing them for far too long because they will heat up and they can take damage over time. Yes, I know, the N64 is practically indestructible. I could toss this right up against the wall over there, and I could plug it in. I could go take it outside and run it over with my car, and I'm positive it would still work. Look at that, there's crap falling out of it and stuff. Look at that. That's nasty. Something's wrong. Anyway, so yes, these things are hardcore monsters, man. However, circuitry can take damage. Never ever leave your console on overnight. Some people have a horrible habit of leaving their game consoles on overnight, and if you've ever been playing for like 2 or 3 hours, you can feel the cartridge. When you take out the cartridge, you can feel just how hot it is. To be honest, I advise going and removing this RAM cartridge cover and keeping this RAM more exposed so the heat can come out from behind the cover. Maybe it's just an extra precaution. I don't know. I like to do it myself. I remember a long time ago, the first time I ever had this issue, I accidentally left my Super Nintendo on overnight playing Super Mario World. I came out the next morning, realized the light was on, freaked out, ran over to it, turned off the power switch, and tried to eject the cartridge, and the cartridge was so hot that it could not be ejected. I had to wait for something. I don't understand. Maybe as it heated up, it expanded and it needed to cool and shrink or something. But when I tried to eject it after flicking off the power switch, I couldn't do it. Be very careful with these things, you guys. Also, these older consoles, even any consoles really, except for, these new ones have their internal clocks, and resetting the clock's kind of annoying. But, every time, because I have a problem with my Xbox, the capacitor blew out on it, so the power buttons don't work anymore. The eject button works, but the power button doesn't work. So the only way to turn this thing off, rip the power cable right out of it. So every time you plug in the power cable, if it hasn't been plugged in for about an hour, I have to reset the clock back. Now it ain't even working. Anyway, whatever, you guys. Yeah, basically, whatever. I'll worry about it later. With these older consoles, sorry, I don't know where the thing is on this iPod. With these older consoles, I advise unplugging them, especially like I have an Atari 2600. These real old consoles that, they're strong, they're built tough and strong, but they could get circuit board damage any old day now. And when these things are plugged up, and they're plugged into the wall, they're plugged into a power strip, and the power strip's turned on, they're drawing power. No matter what. They could be turned off. See how that's turned off? But it's still got a little light right there. A little bit of a light right there. This thing is still drawing power. This thing is still getting heat. You flick off the power strip at nighttime whenever you're not going to play. There you go. Light's gone. Turn it back on. Light comes back on. Okay? So this is called phantom load. And basically whenever you have things plugged in, they start using power to power display lights or to power internal batteries and clocks and stuff like that to try and keep them running. That's annoying. You don't really want the phantom load because it uses power, therefore it's making heat. It could possibly damage your console. I know through personal experience several times where I'll leave the PlayStation plugged in. I'll go and touch the back corner of the PlayStation where the power supply unit is, and I'll go to touch it there, and it's hot. It's actually drawing power while it's plugged in. Not even on, just drawing power right there. So, don't leave your consoles plugged in, especially the old ones, because they can go down at any time. You can repair cases, you can do whatever you want, but if you get circuit board damage, it's hard to fix those things, you guys. It's hard to fix those. Additionally, almost more importantly, when you're playing your consoles, they gotta have room to breathe. Like I said, they're electronic units, they heat up. Anytime anything electronic's going on, there's heat somewhere. They heat up, okay? So, like for example, right here on my Xbox, underneath the Xbox is a floor tile to keep it just a little bit elevated. Don't leave your consoles on the carpet if you can. If you have the option to set them on a wooden platform or something like that, do that. However, you know, don't take your Xbox 360, set it on top. Like, I wish you guys could feel this right now. My surround sound system is very hot right here because these are where the vents are. This thing heats up very rapidly. It would be the stupidest thing in the world to take my very hot 360, lay it sideways, and lay it on top of one of these things. That is very, very bad. Damage the hardware. This could be damaged. Very, very bad move, you guys. Don't do that. Again, I've been to several places where people will stack things on top of set-top boxes or DVD players and all kinds of junk like that. Don't do it. Everything needs to be separate so that everything can breathe independently, because you don't want to accidentally leave your 360 on and then, you know, as bad as these things are to how prone they are to burning down people's houses, stacking it on top of a set-top box or a DVD player or a stereo system or something like this just increases the chance even more. Unplug your consoles whenever you're not going to use them for a long time. Do it at nighttime. It can't hurt. Saves you electricity, saves you heat in the long run, and saves your console in the long run. Okay? So don't do it, you guys. If you can, make sure that you put your consoles in a well ventilated area. That, you know, don't put your 360 right up against a wall if you can. It's okay to lay it down, but I would advise laying it down on a flat surface. Don't ever lay anything on any sort of slanted surface. You're gonna shred your disc just like that. It's easy to mess up discs, especially with these new consoles with the whole slide trays and everything. It's really bad. Set your console somewhere safe. Make sure it's nice and flat, and then make sure it has room to breathe. So don't, if you have a cabinet like this, don't shove a 360 in there. At least make sure the back is open. That's the one hole that I have in this entire cabinet. That is not enough to let the air out. And do the same with your computers. Don't shove your computers inside those little drawer cabinets and stuff like that. They just heat up, okay? Be very careful, you guys. You don't want your stuff to die. I know I don't want my stuff to die. I know I've put in several times. There's been several times I've been playing with my friends, and we'll play the N64 for hours, and then it gets baking hot, and I'm like, crap, we gotta cool this thing down. Pull the cartridge out, you know, pop of this tray, let it cool down, because you don't want damage, prolonged damage over time. Alright, guys? Same with your power bricks. Unplug these stupid power bricks because they are always burning fire hot all the time, anytime they're plugged in. And it's stupid, so don't do that. Unplug your stuff, you guys. Keep stuff well ventilated. Unplug your crap. Put it safe in safe areas, you know. Don't leave, if you can, like I said, don't leave your consoles on the carpet. And if you must, I mean, you know, don't play them for a long time. Don't let them heat up. Okay? Please. Especially not like a 64. And don't do it with your 360. Especially if you have a real plush carpet. It'll just sink right into your carpet. No air ventilation. Thing's just going to light a damn fire on your floor. I may be exaggerating, but you don't know. Okay? Take it easy, you guys. Indead out. Bases.